again and again and again and again and again again and again and again and again repackaged and re-leveraged again and again again and again and again and again. That's a scam.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again again and again and again and again repackaged and re-leveraged again and again again and again and again and again. That's a scam.
Yeah, absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again again and again and again and again repackaged and re-leveraged again and again again and again and again and again. That's a scam.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged and re-leveraged again and again and again and again and again and again again and again and again and again repackaged and re-leveraged again and again again and again and again and again. That's a scam.
Yeah, absolutely could pull it off without my math degree. Use very little math. Use a lot of elementary school math. Being comfortable with risk is very important.
No one knew how much risk was in that system. Bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions. No one knew how much risk was in that system. Repackaged.
What's up, my little crypto gang? What's up, what's up, what's up? I'm so happy to be once again with you. Oh my god, what a week. Again and again we're experiencing these amazing weeks where Solana is the protagonist of the current bull run. It feels good, it feels, we feel validated. Cheers to everybody that has survived through these years of bear run. I'm very, very excited every time we have this show to kind of transmit my excitement of the ecosystem. I'm deeply involved into into many new projects that are hitting the scene, the main stage of the Solana ecosystem, and I'm very excited about what's coming. Overall, it was a quiet week in terms of what's happening in the crypto world. Wounds are still open with Binance. We spoke about it extensively on the previous episode. After talking to many people about it, I kind of get the notion that there is a part of the market that kind of thinks that they let Binance go lightly, easily. The fine was not enough, it was not steep enough, and it does not guarantee that Binance will not continue operating in the way it has been operating all these past years. So maybe my read of, hey, this is a good thing for crypto, this is a good thing for creating some kind of legislation and roadmap of what a company needs to do in order to operate in the US, which is one of the biggest markets in the world. There is the other side of the coin, which says Binance did really terrible things in the US market with money laundering and and going above and beyond to find avenues for their whale clients, let's put it that way, the ones that are doing high volumes in their exchange with large amounts. They went above and beyond in order to find ways for them to continue trading, even contacting them offline and asking them to close the account that they are using and open a new one. And in some cases, they facilitated the whole procedure. They walked through, they handheld all the high net worth clients of the platform on how to avoid all these sanctions, legislations, whatever you call it. So we'll see. The past week we've noticed a huge decline in volumes in the Binance exchange. It's too early to say that this is going to be persistent. Maybe it's just some high individuals that were not part of those shenanigans kind of distancing themselves. I don't blame them. So we'll see. I really hope we don't have some kind of FTX2 with Binance. I don't think the market at the moment can handle it. So if the US authorities let Binance go easily because they wanted to avoid the second FTX to completely scare investors, I kind of support it. Obviously, I'm biased on this. In general, in the Solana ecosystem, other than extreme growth like Deepin has been going on fire, which is digital physical infrastructure networks as well, has been going like decentralized physical infrastructure networks. Deepin has been growing. Python is doing very, very, very well. I think that the market perceived this airdrop in a very positive manner. Volumes are still high, so if you're trading your PETH, you're still doing well. You're not gonna be left with a bag in your hand yet. Eventually it's gonna come, so be careful. Bong is going ballistic, so yeah, fuck yeah, good job to the Bong Council. Of course, we saw the price increase in Solana. Like if you zoom out, you'll see that Solana has grown about 45%, 50% in the past month, October 27th to November 27th. I see my notes here. It's 42% increase. That's insane. And the trading volume in Solana DEX is jumped from $900 million in 1 month ago to $3 billion today, which is pretty insane. That's pretty insane. The fact that we're at $60, it's insane. And at the same time, we have to really take into account that the token's resilience, Solana's resilience to the FTX bankruptcy and the whole FUD where the liquidators are holding too much SOL. We saw that they're out of unlocked SOL. They cannot sell anymore. There's going to be a long time before they have access to more Solana to drop. But it's going well. I mean, all these blows to the ecosystem, I mean, we're holding very, very well, and it makes me happy that we are still the protagonist of this mini bull run. I'll call it mini because it's not established yet. Yes, we've doubled, but you'll see like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other protagonists in the crypto space haven't moved as much as Solana has, and maybe some other smaller coins. Like I could easily see that Thorchain Rune, the coin Rune, is also doing extremely well. I know this is like a Binance chain kind of cousin, despite being based on the Atom blockchain and the Cosmos blockchain, which Binance is also based on the Cosmos blockchain. people say that the stealth founder of Thor is CZ or some Binance executive, but there is no confirmation on that. The Rune, the Thor chain founder is Satoshi like Anonymous. So yeah, there's a new block explorer in Solana. It's called Quantum Block Explorer. It's built by the team behind Solana FM, and they're focusing on presenting the information inside the blocks. User-friendly presentation. It has like over 50,000 signups, and I think it's a positive thing to have user-friendly explorers, especially catering them towards the users that have some experience with EVM explorers. And I took notice on Dune's analytics, so if you are interested in learning how to read Solana transactions, which I need to learn way more, like I cannot recognize, I cannot read any of the errors that appear. They make no sense to me. I'll need to deep dive on this one. But if you're interested in reading Solana explorers, and if you have some kind of experience in EVM, like reading Etherscan or some other Ethereum explorer, and you want to transition to reading blockchain Solana explorers, then Dune Analytics, which is the biggest analytics house in all of crypto, has created an amazing guide. It's a video guide plus a written guide with a lot of documentation and a lot of examples about that subject. So I'm going to read it really carefully. I'm going to learn it by heart, and maybe in the next couple of months we're going to prepare some nice workshop in the Dean's List DAO for our citizens and our guests and our affiliates and our friends that are all vibing in the DAO for exactly that subject, reading Solana explorers. Highly recommended. Took a quick look. It's worth it. It's worth it. NFTs are going very well. I don't want to admit it. It's not my strongest investor segment. I'm your counter trade for NFTs. I really fought them. At the same time, I hold a huge amount of NFTs, and I'm pleasantly surprised by the resilience of the market. I'm pleasantly surprised by the degen levels of the traders in this ecosystem. This is insane. Like the fact that we're seeing Mad Lads go over 150 Solana, while Solana has doubled in the past month. So Mad Lads over $150. Tensorians, and this has some alpha here. Tensorians. Butter for Soul says you have Alex Pertz as a friend. You have the alpha in the house. Dude, yeah, but Alex Pertz is impossible to follow. His degen habits are scary, man. He went and bought like 20 Mad Lads. How could I follow on that? And he bought rare ones. Like that was insane in my mind, but still he was right. He read the situation very well. The project headed by Armani and really supported by the foundation and the ecosystem and a bunch more. They've gone above and beyond. Another good call that we had all together here in the stream, because we bought together during the stream 2 Tensorians. If you remember, we had a really good theory on why Tensorians are going to go up, why getting involved with these early bullrun airdrops can be very lucrative. We saw it on the previous bull run with Cope being the first airdrop, which went up from being a zero value coin, reaching to $15, $16, $17 at some point. Of course, now, if you look at it now, it's what, 10 cents or something, matters not. These are coins that we're going to buy and take profit fast. That's the idea. And the same goes for these NFTs, because these NFTs, like the Tensorians that we bought, are your ticket to the airdrop. So if you remember, let me switch. If you remember, we were talking about Jito Finance, Camino Finance, Solblaze, Tensor, and Jupiter. Those were the airdrops, and MarginFi as well. Hopefully, these were the unconfirmed but potential airdrops that you could actually get by interacting with platforms that are extremely popular, that have high volume. And that was the reason we said we're going to buy some Tensorian. So let's switch the main desktop. Here you go. And let's go to Tensor.trade. Tensor.trade is one of the most popular NFT marketplaces in Solana. It's the marketplace that dethroned Magic Eden. And how did they do that? They did that by embracing community. They were very, very close to the NFT community, while Magic Eden had a little bit distanced themselves during the royalties narrative. If you remember, about 8 months, maybe a year ago, the whole NFT scene in the Solana ecosystem was buzzing about royalties and how exchanges are not enforcing royalties or enforcing royalties, and this is not part of the contract, and this is not part of the this is something that they are doing without asking the end user, etc. There was a lot of arguing about this topic, which in the end, if you ask me, nobody really cared. Everybody was just virtue signaling and trying to get some followers on Twitter. I don't see this being a topic anymore. I don't think it has been securely addressed. Sure, now the most exchanges give you the ability to either give fees or not give fees, creator royalties or not. But still, the whole debate never finished. It was just forgotten. And what Tensor.trade did very, very, very well compared to Magic Eden was they were first to tap into the liquidity pools. NFT liquidity pools, NFT market making, that was new back then. It's not new anymore. Magic Eden also does it, but Tensor was the first mover and they got that advantage. And they were also the winners of last year's, I don't remember which one. Was Solana Summer? I don't remember. Tensor was the winner. So it made sense, since there was quite a lot of talk about Tensor, to actually buy their NFT and stake it. Because if you go here, you'll see that there is a staking option with Tensorians. Where is it? Should be in my account. Inventory, favorite NFTs, placed offers. Here it is, Tensorians. And you could stake your Tensorian, and here are my 2 Tensorians that I've been staking. I already have some points. I'm not really high in the leaderboard, so you stake your Tensorians and you receive points. You go up on a leaderboard, you receive points also by posting your NFTs on the order books, by buying NFTs, by maintaining liquidity pools, by bringing volume to the exchange, as well as owning Tensorians and proving that you're owning the Tensorians and not having them listed in the marketplace. in order to receive these points. So, why are they giving points? Anybody who's giving points is not randomly assigning points to people for no reason. This is not some marketing gimmick in order for you to buy their NFT, or it could be, but I really don't think it is. So the points theoretically are going to translate to coins. Eventually, Tensor is going to release their own coin. It could be a governance coin, it could be a utility coin, could be a straight degen token 22 3% distributed to holders. You never know what kind of coin it's going to be, but most probably there's going to be a coin, and most probably you're going to receive that coin if you stake your NFT. Nothing is for sure, but these are the kind of educated guesses that you can take if you're actually into this space. We bought together those Tensorians for 7 Solana each. We were together on this one, and at the moment, Tensorians have a floor of 53 Solana. So not only we went up 7 times, so we did times 7 on our initial investment, we're also farming points for the potential airdrop. So that's how you need to operate on this one. And this is not confined only for Tensor. We spoke about Jito. We spoke about Camino. We spoke about MarginFi. We spoke about Soulblaze. All these guys are going to, most probably, offer retroactive rewards. And since we touched on this, during that stream that we bought the Tensorians and staked them and did all this shit, we also did some degen DeFi strategy using stable coins, and in our case we used liquid staking solution stable coins. So we did coins that were pegged on the Solana price. What we did back then, let's go back. So what we did is we took 50 Solana back then, about a month ago. We took 50 Solana, we wrapped them up in Jito.sol. So we want here stake Sol. We staked our Sol here, stake now. Migrate now. When you migrate, we'll have to check this now. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's no Jito at the moment. There's no Jito. So what we did, we came here, we staked our Solana, we got Jito Sol, which is a liquid staking Solana solution, meaning that they take your Sol, they add them in a validator, they give you a receipt, and then you can use this receipt in order to participate in DeFi, in the Solana DeFi space. So we got our Jito Sol, and what we did with our Jito Sol is we went to MarginFi, and we offered and here you go. We staked about $3,000, and we took out a loan of Solana again. And we took that Solana, so we provided collateral in the form of Jito.sol, and we got a loan in plain Solana. So Solana, Jito Sol, and then use that Jito Sol for getting a loan into Solana. And understand that because we are using Solana as collateral while borrowing Solana, the health of the loan is always going to be high, especially if you do not over leverage yourself. But if you're going one-on-one, I see no reason for and as long as there is no depegging or no other crazy contract error, I see no reason for those two values to actually drift away from each other. Which means you are minimizing risk when you are supplying the machine with Solana and then taking Solana, and they are you maintain the same amounts in both directions, then you have a minimum amount of risk. And we took the Solana and we went to Blaze. Here, let me find it. And we used this liquid staking solution instead of Jito. We staked some Sol, and we got some Jito Sol. We got some Sol, some B Sol, which is Sol staked with the Blaze liquid staking solution. And then we went to Camino Finance, and this is where I'm going to show you exactly what's going on, because at the moment we have 49.1 Solana. Jito Sol, to be honest. Which means if we unwrap everything, we're gonna get back to 50 Solana exactly, because we're gonna get a little bit of the APY we would have gotten if we were staking the actual Sol on a normal validator instead of the LST. And as you see here in my screen, I don't know if it's possible to see, but we entered this pool, the B Sol pool, which is Blaze Sol, and we added about 16 Solana in this one, and we've made $477 as profit. So we are up 83% with stablecoins. I mean, it's insane. Look at this. There's an overview as well. Here you go. Okay, my position is here. I added the initial deposit was $570, and now my active position is 1,050. That's a huge increase. Plus a little bit. We've earned also $7.4 in fees. And what are these fees? Where do these fees come from? These are the fees that you receive because other traders are interacting with the liquidity pool. They are buying B Sol and they are using Sol. So just because they are swapping their assets, a little bit of that value is distributed to the liquidity providers. And since we are in the pool, we are also liquidity providers, and this is our profit, $7. Now this is while you are reinvesting them. This is with extra leverage, since this is a leveraged position. I think, and guys, this is the important takeaway lesson on this whole journey is not this number here. It's not the $477. Sure, great one. But that was not our initial thought of, that was not the goal for entering the pool. The goal was not, oh, we're going to make $400. No, the goal was we are using new protocols in Solana with all the risks associated with interacting with new unaudited protocols. I see there is a discussion happening in the chat while we are talking about Spextien that is blaming me on Luna. Yeah, maybe he's blaming me. I'm okay with it. He's blaming me for losing all his money. I quote, I lost all my money because of you on Luna Yield 2 years ago. Luna Yield. Luna Yield. I never actually deposited any amount of money with Luna Yield. But it was an era of absolute degeneracy. So I'm not going to blame you if you actually thought that Luna Yield and its insanely high stable APY was something that is going to stay like that forever. What was the project? I remember I had bought it from KuCoin, and it was a stable yield platform on Luna. It was not called Luna Yield, but it was one of those. It was one of those offering 21% yield on stablecoins fixed annually. That's, in hindsight, I mean, not even in hindsight, we kind of spoke about it in during those days, that these APYs are insane, are mind-blowing, and there must be some catch here. And yes, there was a catch. There was a catch that the whole thing collapsed. But I'm sorry if you... from, let's see. Spextian, maybe. I'm not gonna blame you. We've been ragged countless times. Oh, this one, ragged in Luna Yield. Man, I don't remember. Can you help me? Can you help me? What happened with Luna Yield? Oh, I remember. It had nothing to do with the Luna coin, the Luna ecosystem. Yes, I remember. Wow. Luna Swap plus Luna Farm plus Luna Bridge. Yes, you are right. We got racked by leak, we got racked by so many projects, man. You remember I lost like, it was 30,000 USDC. We did this huge degenerate bet in Olympus DAO forks on Solana. We lost everything. What I'm going to repeat it because, yeah, this time is not different. We're gonna get ragged. We're gonna get ragged for sure. Some of these liquidity pools are going to be drained. Some of these smart contracts are not gonna be as smart, and they're not gonna be contracts. And we're gonna stumble upon founders that are concealing their identities and hiding their snake oil salesmen, you know. So I don't think that this is going to stop anytime soon, and this is part of the game. It's part of the game, and it's a matter of when, not a matter of if. Invictus DAO and God's DAO. God's DAO was huge, and Alex Pert's going crazy with the subs. We got racked by so many projects, and Luna Yield was part of the era of the Macalinao shenanigans, where we had created this it's like an inception where you have founders pretending they are other founders, pretending there are other founders. It was the chain of rugs, the chain of lies and false identities and fake news was during that era where APYs were insane. We were comfortable with APYs average yields of 40,000%. Do you realize? Do you realize that we were comfortable staking our money in pools that promised 40,000% increase of your initial investment within a year? We've made mistakes, and this is why I'm always telling you that I am not some financial advisor. I'm just a degenerate crypto enthusiast like you, and I operate as well on hopium. I drink hopium every fucking day, no matter if it's bull or bear. That's the only way to go forward, and you'll get stupidly excited with things that you shouldn't be. Isn't that true for real life as well? So don't listen to people on the internet. Really, don't do it. Don't do it. We all make mistakes, and obviously me showing on stream how I lost my money on Luna Yield should be educational, but I know some people are going to follow me and some people are going to lose with me. If you're still here and you're following, most probably you're winning because we held our soul, because we bought some degen NFTs and we never stopped being active. Oh my god, Legend remembers the shrimp swap. This was back in the Binance chain, children's casino days, where you would trade weird Japanese foods and seafood and vegetables and other coins that would farm them. You would take an LP, add them into a new liquidity pool, which was constituted by two different LPs. So you put your initial, let's say, real shitcoins in the pool. You got one liquidity pool. Then you added more, but different shitcoins on a different liquidity pool. And you got another liquidity liquidity pool token. So now, from staking into two pools, you got two liquidity pool tokens. And what they used to do, they used to create a third liquidity pool that was constituted, the two parts were the two liquidity pool tokens, which gave you a new LP. A new LP. And you would take that LP, pair it with a third, fourth, fifth, and the chain would go on. And we called this back in the day layered farming, and we used to let me find this. It's not much, but it's honest work meme. What was that? Yeah, that meme. Let me find it. Here you go. That was the meme. It ain't much, but it's honest work. So that was the meme. Oh, Butter for Soul remembers, guys, you're such OGs. Such OGs. Do you remember the... he's mentioning on the chat, some of the coins whales took profit on there have names that are rated 18 plus. The coin that comes to mind that we actually made some money, we lost them elsewhere obviously, so yeah, paper profits, was called Elon Cam Rocket. Elon Cam Rocket. Good days, good degenerate days. And yes, everything is documented. We have over 220 episodes of degenerate shitcoining. So yes, mistakes are gonna happen. Do not listen to people on the internet and just come vibe. I'll give you ideas. You can go do your research afterwards. And what the ideas I'm giving you today, and I will insist on that, is make sure to use new protocols in Solana. Make sure to use Jito, make sure to use Solblaze, make sure to use Camino, make sure to use MarginFi, make sure to use Tensor, and more are gonna come. More are gonna come. I know, like from the hackathon winners, they are preparing tokens. When we spoke about Fluxbeam, which mooned and then dumped, the reason we aped, and I tweeted when I bought and I tweeted when I sold. The reason we did this was because Fluxbeam won the latest Solana hackathon. These are little important information that if you are inside the ecosystem and you are following and you see what's happening in Breakpoint and you see what Solana Foundation is doing and you watch my friend Seb Monty and his daily Solana shorts, yeah, this can be profitable. Of course, there is risk. Nothing there is audited. What's a little bit different with what Specs said earlier, because he touched upon, and thanks for being here, Specs, and I really appreciate that the fact that you called me out on this, and you're like, dude, I lost my money with your shit suggestion. What's different with Luna Yield when it comes to Jito, MarginFi, and Camino and Tensor? These four, I'm not gonna add Solblaze on the list. I think Solblaze is riskier only for the fact that their founder is anonymous, and it's semi-anonymous. Like, if you get deep into the Solana ecosystem, nothing is anonymous. If you want to raise money, if you want to create a company, there is KYC, there is KYB, there is anti-money laundering procedures in place. So completely anonymous, very hard to actually do. Semi-anonymous, much easier. You'll stop being anonymous if the shit hits the fan. They will dig you out. But for Tensor, for Jito, for Camino, and for MarginFi, I have personally met the teams. And Camino and MarginFi, I've met them year after year around the world in hacker houses. They're not shy of showing their face. They're good builders, and they're bright new people. Like I really like the Mountain DAO organizers, which is MarginFi. This is the team. Like they hosted us in their offices in Utah in 2022. Yeah, in 2022. So same goes with Camino, the guys from South Africa. In every breakpoint, close to the Solana community, constantly building and trying to push the narrative. So, again, yes, I know it's a leap of faith, but I think it's a safer bet compared to Olympus DAO clones, layered farming, and meme coins. These are eponymous founders, doxed founders, which you can research. As always, not financial advice. Don't buy their coins. That's not what I am advising. What I'm advising is use their protocols. You don't need to add 50 Sol in it. You don't need to add 5,000 Sol. Add half a Sol. Do something in their ecosystem in order to receive that little airdrop. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Specs is saying he remembers using Soleil wallet. Back, good old days, back when Soleil was the main Solana wallet, Solana resembled Tezos more than ever. It was really, really painful. And it didn't feel secure at all. And I'll come clean. I'll tell you a little dirty secret I have. I lost 10,000 USDC with Soleil in an effort to clean up a wallet. I deleted a wallet that had a really good amount of money, and that wallet was impossible to actually import back because of a change in the way Solana addresses worked. And that was the transition from Soleil to third-party wallets like Phantom, Solflare, Backpack Now, and Ultimate, and many more. So yeah, back in the day, you didn't used to own the address. No. You still don't own it. You're still renting the address. But back in the day, you could use Serum to create a new token address. That new token address didn't belong to the tree of addresses under your main Solana wallet. No, it belonged in a tree of addresses that were provided by that protocol. So the moment you deleted that, you could not re-import it back. Did not know that, learned it the hard way. So yes, there's going to be unexplained losses. There's going to be contract errors. There are going to be malicious actors. You cannot avoid them. Even if you're the best, you're gonna fall for something. You're gonna drink a bit more opium than your organism can sustain, and eventually you'll get ragged. It's okay. It's definitely okay, because you can make more, or you can make friends. You can learn a good risk assessment lesson. You can understand how markets work. Your only mission should be to not get shaken out. You need to have funds to trade another day. That's the most important. You can never go to zero. If you go to zero, it's over. There is nothing. The most important thing is to never go to zero. You can make it all back if you have a process, if you have a strategy, if you can stay disciplined. But just make sure not to go do all-in bets, and make sure to not overtrade. B-Man says he is asking for NFA on PETH. He started doing DCA last week, and I only get smaller amount each day. So I will give a financial advice which is a bit general, and this has to do with DCA. I'm very against DCA strategies. Very against. Unless you have an unlimited balance sheet, like if you're some kind of organization that doesn't give a shit about the amount of money, you have endless amount of money. If you're the Federal Reserve, or you're like Jeff Bezos or something like that. I am really against DFA. So what does DFA mean? DFA means that you're making a bet, you believe an asset is going to go up, so you buy that asset and the market does not agree with what you're doing, and it just moves the opposite direction, and you start to lose. You made a bet, and now the bet you made is priced less. So what do? It's like, okay, the price dropped, I will buy some in order to add into my total position. And what does this do? It lowers the average price of what I bought. So as the asset drops, you are increasing your bag, and you are increasing your bag, you're growing your bag by buying tokens at an ever lower price. So what are you doing? If you zoom out again and you go into behavior analysis or I don't know, clinical psychology here, we are tapping into that. What are you doing? You are insisting that you are right in a world that tells you that you are wrong. You are cutting from your winners to add to your losers. So you bought 10 coins. 2 of them are going up and 2 of them are going down while everything else is staying at the same. What you're doing is you are buying more of your own choice. You are trying your best to create your own reality where everybody else was wrong and you were right. I'm really against this in principle. It might work. I'm not saying it can't work. There is always a chance it can work. But in principle, I'm against it. I'm against it. Because you don't have unlimited amount of money. Unless maybe you do. So my theory doesn't like... We have to simplify these models in order to kind of navigate them. If we don't simplify them, they'll never make any sense. But if you have a limited amount of money, you have a balance sheet that has an end, then eventually, in order to DCA, you're gonna take profit from your winner in order to add to your loser. And I think that's very wrong. You should never reduce your winner in order to add to your loser. I think that the opposite is a better strategy. If you see one asset is going up and the other asset is going down, so this one is going down while this one is going up, then what you should do is sell the one that is going down and buy the one that is going up. Right? I think that's the only logical thing to do in a macro level. Yes, it might not hold in every asset. Butter for Soul says, the moment I buy the asset that is winning, tables are going to change and my winning asset is going to become my losing one and my losing one is going to be my winning one. I think that trying to push the reality of the universe into something that fits your own definition is scary and dangerous. I totally understand why the logic behind the DCA, but I think that none of us here are day traders. You're not gonna buy something, sell it 2 hours later, unless it's just one of those shit coins that it's a flare, like something that just has insane amount of volume in a tiny market cap, or there are no fundamentals, or there are the thesis behind it is bad, the founders are anonymous, their history shows malicious behaviors. All these, you can play with them in a musical chairs kind of game, sell them, buy them, sell them, buy them in very short intervals, hoping that you'll never be left with a bag in your hand, with the hot potato, with what happened to us when God's DAO and Olympus DAO and what was the other one with the old Invictus DAO and Luna Yield and Saber DAO and Sunny and all this shit. when they all went away. We were all left with the bags full of shitcoins. Of course, PETH is not that. You're gonna buy PETH in order to allow it to grow and become the next Link. Are we aiming for an Oracle service, a cross-chain Oracle service that is in the size of Link and has the reward mechanism to grow to the size of Link? I personally think that's a wild bet. I wouldn't put my money into this narrative. I wouldn't think that I will buy PETH in 2023, in December 2023, and in 1 year, my horizon is 1.5 years by the, I don't know, next cycle to be in where Link is. I don't like it as a thesis. I don't like it as a thesis. It doesn't seem that tokenized oracles is exactly the way to go. Again, this is your counter trade. When Whale's Tales and Whale's friend is telling you, hey, that's a bad bet, maybe that's a great bet. I generally advise against DCA, but if you really have to do it, my target, and again, no financial advice, could be totally wrong. My target for PETH would be 1/10 of the size of Link. For the short term. And we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how many protocols they're going to serve. How many protocols they're going to provide external data from, or even internal, validate internal data, validate the state of the market. So my problem with PETH is, obviously I'm slightly salty. I received no airdrop despite having one of the most active wallets in the DeFi space, which I've used. Like, there was a blog post on the PETH airdrop that from the Solana dApps that they are targeting, part of it was Squads protocol. I'm like the power user of Squads and I received nothing. And I have my good friend Voshi from Blast Control, who's like an ecosystem super dev, where he's been working on various projects that you all know. Since late 2020, he checked 140 wallets that have interacted with DeFi applications in the Solana space and got 0 coins. So I'm kind of skeptic. I'm skeptical on who the fuck gets the coins if Voshi didn't get coins, if a bunch of Boogles didn't get coins. Who got the coins? And like, B-Man, I think you didn't get coins, right? So I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical on exactly who got it. And SpexTN says, if you weren't active in 2023, we were active in 2023. We staked, we did liquid staking, we did lots of squad signing, we did lots of, we removed liquidity from various pools. Yeah, we did not add liquidity, sure. We didn't interact with Camino, Margin. Yeah, we didn't interact with Zeta. I did interact with Zeta in their beta period when we were exploring options markets in Solana. And yeah, I'm not an options trader. Not sure. Lifinity and Drift. Yes. Both were in the list, but let me see if there is this blog post. Let me see if Squads was part of the list. I cannot find it. There is for sure a blog post, and I'll find it and tweet about it. Maybe we can take it from there. So yeah, use the protocols, Lifinity and Drift. You see, we lost on the Pith airdrop because of that. Fortunately, I showed you how to with minimum risk interact with Jito, Camino, Marginfy, and Soulblaze. Another way to get points is for the Tensor potential airdrop is listings. Do you have a verified expensive collection? Do you have a Madlad? Do you have a Gen 2 or Gen 3 monkey? Do you have a Ute? Do you have something like that? No, sorry, Ute is not in Tensor anymore. List them. List them at stupid prices. List them 3 times over your floor. If you have a floor NFT, list it 3 times over the floor. Even listing your NFT gives you points. Now, you can go deep and you can maintain liquidity pool. So if you have lots of shitty NFTs from a collection that you are sure that it's going to maintain its volume, not its value, its volume, then I would suggest launching some pool, some NFT liquidity pool, which buys and sell at specific intervals. So you can say to the pool, here are 10 NFTs from my shitcoin NFT collection. You put the NFTs, they're all floor NFTs, nothing amazing, no traits, no nothing. Ultra commons. You look at the floor is X Solana. Okay. And then you can set up your pool with specific instructions, such as if one of my NFTs that's in the pool, so I have 10 NFTs we said, so one gets sold at X plus 1 Solana because the floor went up. Immediately the pool is going to price the next NFT for a percentage more than the floor, a percentage more than the previous sale that happened from your pool. What's gonna happen is slowly, as your NFT pool gets popular, or that specific NFT collection gets popular, that's more accurate, the collection gets popular, people are buying. And slowly, your pool is going to empty from the NFT side and fill up from the Solana side, because you've sold all 10 NFTs. Suddenly you have not 10 times X Solana, but you have now 10 times X plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. And that's the average price increase from the first NFT to your last NFT that sold. As the market cools down and your pool now has a lot of sold but no NFTs, while you know that the volume in this collection and the hype around the collection, the utility around the collection is going to be there, it's going nowhere, then what you can instruct your pool, and you can do this completely programmatically, meaning that you don't need to do it one by one. You tell your pool, now, if my NFT, the collection that I'm trading, drops by X amount, you will instruct your pool to start buying. So what you're going to do is, in times of hype, you're going to be decreasing your NFTs and you're going to be increasing your SOL. And at times where the hype kind of goes away and it quiets down and volumes are lower, but you know it's coming back, what you do is you start emptying the pool and the Solana pool and filling the NFT pool. And this is what you're going to do constantly. Specs is asking, NFT pools? Yes. Tensor started with NFT pools. You can create a pool somewhere. So I'm encouraging all the Solana users out there to find the new protocols and use them with very little funds, and we can easily have educated guesses about who's gonna drop a coin, who is a legit founder, and who is going to bring value into the ecosystem. Specs is like 152 Solana. What's going on here with Madlads? We're gonna talk about the Madlads exchange, the backpack exchange. We're gonna talk about this, and I'm gonna tell you my thesis on Madlads. I know I'm gonna make everybody very upset because I am a Madlads bear. But shout out to the Madlads bulls and the ones with conviction to hold. I admire it. I admire your conviction, and you deserve to win. And I deserve to lose on this one. My saltiness took the better of me. As I said, use new protocols, and high chances you're gonna get some airdrop. Nanko is holding 2 since mint. Guys, I told you my story. I told you how I had 6 whitelists, Madlad drops. I had created 6 different wallets, had created 6 different Discord accounts. I had verified my Discord accounts in the Madlad's Discord server. I did everything. I was so good. 6. And then I missed an in-between step. I missed an in-between step where you had to receive some kind of motorcycle NFT, something. I missed that. And yeah, I got nothing. And it was very hard for me to actually use, I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 Solana to buy a Madlad. So yeah, I fucked up. It was 100% my fault. I did not pay attention. It was that period where even whale's tails were very far apart from each other, and this took a toll toll from me. Like, having this show keeps me on my toes. Having to talk with everybody about different degen strategies, different projects that are catching people's attention, talking with Perch, talking with B-Man, talking with Dean Machine, the Permabull. You ask Dean Machine in the deepest bear time, hey, what's gonna happen next month? He's gonna be like, he's gonna be killing it, marches are gonna go off the roof, we're all going to make it. While I was like, we're all dead. It was my mistake, the fact that I did not get, like, I blame Whale's Tales not being live during that period for my mistake, my error, because having people like around you, like Nanko, like B-Man, like Alex, like Specs, like all of you guys, this is the only way not to operate in an echo chamber, not to be a prisoner of the circle jerk. So yeah, thank you, and I'm sorry if I've ever led you into a trap. I never did this willingly. I've never received sponsorships. Nobody has ever paid me to shield his coin. The opposite. People have tried to pay me. I've declined the money, and I've promised them I'm going to do an honest deep dive in your project, and whatever comes out, comes out. And then they blocked me. Guess what happened in the deep dive? So yeah. Oh, Bee's friend. So yes, I'm. Thank you, Bee's friend. Thank you, Bee man. Thank you. Thank you all. Lovely friends, I'm gonna keep it short today because we don't have much stuff to actually play around with. We are closing 2 amazing feedback sessions with banks and SDX markets. We have 2 workshops happening end of the week on their alpha versions of the platforms. I'm very excited and at the same time very busy preparing the workshops and preparing the feedback reports. We are full throttle going towards Athens DAO, the version 2. It's the second Athens DAO that is happening. It's the biggest Hacker House X for DAOs in the Solana ecosystem. You are all welcome, of course. I know lots of friends are gonna be there. Shout out to Legend, to B-Man, to Perch, to Dean Machine, to Taki Sol, to Jaris, to Chris.Sol, to Super Team, to Realms, to Keystone, to Solana University, to the American College of Greece. All these people are going to be there, and they are all supporting the Solana ecosystem. It's insane. We have universities that are going to be attending, that are going to be sending students. We're going to have a DAO onboarding workstation. We're going to have representatives from Super Team, from Dean's List, from Solana Uni, from a bunch of Ethereum DAOs as well, because here in the Solana ecosystem, we are tribal, but we are not toxic. We are not going to create enemies from other competing. Yeah, we know we've won this race, competing L1s. And I don't mean the Ethereum killer race. We are not an Ethereum killer. Solana is not the Ethereum killer. We are alongside. What we are killing are all the L2s. I think Solana ended up being the L2 killer. And I think that was the best choice of a battle. Kill all the L2s. I think we are doing very well on this one. Bankless DAO is also a sponsor. Shout out to Bankless DAO. Did you notice that I used Bankless DAO instead of Bankless? There was some kind of weird action happening in crypto Twitter last week about Bankless DAO and their role in Bankless. So yeah, there's going to be that. There's going to be cool panels, discussions, and a general mapping of what we're going to be building in the next year. It's important to get all the builders close to each other and to create the roadmaps while being in communication with each other, because the main thing here is not to overlap. You don't want to have 6 awesome dev teams building 6 different iterations of the same thing. No, you want everybody to be focused in a completely different segment while everybody is using their colleagues' programs. So what we need to make sure is we use the dApps that are around us, we offer feedback, we push the space to become better, to attract more normies. We're all power users, we know the competition, we know how hard this playing field is, and we can smoothen it out, we can remove friction, and we can invite new members. We are the only ones that can do it, because developers, they're building, and they're building something which sometimes they've over-engineered, or they think that the market needs, or they also are building in an echo chamber where everybody around them tells them, yeah, this is what you should be building, while all these people are completely clueless. We, the power users, we're going to shine the light to the winning dApps. So make sure to do that. And retro aspect rewards are there. So yeah, we are full throttle with Athens DAO. We have created a new committee to deploy funds into the Solana ecosystem for public goods, meaning that if you have a team building an open source program for something important in Solana and you are looking for funding, ask the Solana Foundation, join Dean's List, DM me on Twitter, do something, it doesn't matter, we'll figure it out. I'm not promising that, hey, I'm going to sponsor you in any way, no, but we can forward it to the right people that will be able to answer that. You do not need to buy a DR NFT. The era of, in order to actually participate in the Dean's List DAO is only by having a Dean's List NFT. That is in the process of changing. I'm not going to articulate how this is going to happen or what the new schema is going to end up looking like. I'm just telling you that our mission is to increase inclusivity. We want to allow superstars to join, and we are in a place where we just have too much work and not enough people. So no need to buy a DL NFT. Join the server, get a business visa, is free, and from there you'll clearly see the path of getting involved. Dean's List has two new services. One is a pitch deck consulting, and this is a simple 1 hour talk consulting you on your pitch deck, on the either it could be a pitch deck that is going to be submitted to a hackathon, or it could be a pitch deck that is aiming to raise funds. It could be a pitch deck for a first, second, third, whatever round of funding, it doesn't matter. We have the experts, we have the eyes, we've seen countless pitch decks, and we can offer some consultation on how to make either your presentation more lively, how to get more eyes on your product, or how to actually ask for something that makes sense and will not scare away investors. So Ecosystem Grants Committee is one. The other is the one I just told you with the pitch deck. Feedback, 37 new clients have been onboarded. The Dean's List dApp, feedback dApp, is soon going to be tested, put into action with real customers and real reviewers. Very, very excited for that. And yeah, for the next 3 months, lots of new projects, lots of new workshops, lots of new tech. Join us IRL in the events, in the hacker houses, in Athens DAO, or anywhere else around the world. Join us on Twitter, not Facebook, you boomer, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Join us on Discord. You'll find us. If you don't even need to look hard enough, you'll find us. Nanko is correctly asking when stream on Signally. I have an account on Signally. I've deposited $100 and I've bought some assets, and this has been now about 6 months now. So what we need to do is go back at Signally and look at our bets 6 months ago while we were deep into the bear, and kind of assess. It was $100. How much did the $100 turn into? Is it 20? Is it 40? Or is it 200? We'll definitely have a look on this one on the next episode. Thanks, Nanko, for bringing this up. And on that note, I'm gonna let you go. I love you all. Thank you for being here today. Make sure you use the platforms, and I'm gonna say it. It might be wrong. Make sure to sell those coins fast enough. Okay? Airdrops are... You shouldn't bet on airdrops granting you financial freedom. Yes, it can happen, just like you can win the lottery if you buy enough tickets. Sure, it can happen, but you shouldn't bet on that. That's not an optimal financial plan. So make sure to take some profit from those bets. Just like I am planning on selling my Tensorians the moment an announcement for a coin appears in the horizon. So the moment there is coin announcement for Tensor, I'll tweet about it, I'll talk about it. And I'll be selling. I'm happy with our times 7, but I'm not aiming for Tensorians to become what the gods were a couple of years ago in Solana. I don't see it. Like, it would be a pleasant surprise. But aren't we glad we sold our shadow coder NFTs at like 100 sol, and now they're what? Nothing. Make sure to take profit, lovely friends. I leave you with that bitter advice of make sure you take profit even if you're in the bull run. It's important. And take profit and make sure to reinvest in Solana. Make sure to hold a bag of stables, and make sure to remove from the game completely some of your funds. Go eat a nice steak dinner, go on a nice vacation, buy a new car, buy a new house, buy a couple of beers for your friends. It doesn't matter what size of portfolio you are. Make sure you enjoy some of your winnings. It's going to leave a very different flavor. The crypto market's flavor is going to change in your mouth immediately the moment you spend some money into something real, tangible, which you might have had in your wish list or you just came up with it. It doesn't matter. When you look at this stupid item, like I bought my air conditioning with crypto profits, I look at this item and I'm like, thank you Anatoly for cooling me down this warm summer day. On that note, lovely friends, I love you all. Make sure not to get shaken out. I'll come back with lots more alpha next week as we're closing to the Athens DAO, and I'll also go through some founder stocks and some workshops. I'll most probably come back to you with some alpha. On the meantime, stay active, stay awesome, stay in the game. Take care. Join this list. What the fuck?